Hey, Zach.
Hey, Alex.
And welcome, everyone, to the Pokemon
Power
Podcast.
We both said podcast really, really correctly.
Well, thank you.
Podcast.
Podcast.
Yep.
Kissed.
So good.
Zach, last week we had lots to apologize for, but we did everything correct.
So
if
true.
anything, the Primate episode is one that everyone will look back on and say, that's the perfect episode of this show.
Yeah, so they'll look back and they'll tell their friends, say, hey, if you want to look something up, just go to this episode. This is the episode you should go to. Look this up. It's perfect.
Go to the episode where they go 10 minutes over.
Uh-huh.
Go to the episode where they
have
one thing to say about the Pokemon.
7-Eleven Select Energy Herbal Tonic. You know,
I don't think you can say that.
No,
I think we're in trouble if you say that.
Well, by sponsored, I mean, and make sure everyone hears this, not at all related or sponsored, but I do.
No one paid him.
Drink.
If anything, you paid them money.
And we asked them, hey, if you want to, some people, they have their streams that, some kind of gamer energy drink. I mean, I think that this energy
G Fuel, hit us up, G Fuel. We're gamers.
7-Eleven. I think
sure.
We're definitely 7-Eleven. It's like anything. But it's really good.
Well, currently,
it's an excellent source of antioxidants. I think everyone should know that. I feel fully antioxidized.
Well, currently they're not paying us anything to say this. So if anyone wants to pay us to like something else instead, you can send those inquiries to PokePowPod at gmail.com. Or are we PokemonPowerPod at gmail.com? No one remembers.
Click the link in the description and you can find it.
Go to the YouTube page. We will have it on the YouTube page. Whatever the actual answer to that is, check it out on the YouTube page. It'll be there.
Check our link tree. I'm sure that it'll be correct at some point when you're listening to this, that I will have fixed the links and it'll go to the right place.
Well, speaking of which, Zach, we don't know any of this because this is the absolute last episode we're recording before we launch this thing. Before we send the Pokemon Power Podcast out into the world. Yeah, like
we take our little baby bird, and we say, you know what? Out of the tree, just boop, there you go.
Will the bird fly, or will it fall?
Will it crash into smithereens?
Well, that's what today's icebreaker is about, buddy. What do you anticipate the response to this podcast will be?
And I have to say this in a way that implies
humility.
Right. I will say this. This is what my hope is. Here's my hope. My hope is everybody has as much silly fun as we do recording this. They have that much fun listening or watching it. And it's just a great break from either really serious stuff and important things that you should think about and are good to think about, but just something fun. And especially if they like Pokemon, maybe they learn something like I learned something. Maybe they feel better about their own knowledge because they're like, this guy knows nothing about Pokemon. Man, I must be an expert. Or even if they don't like Pokemon at all, I hope the response is, these guys are funny to listen to. And that's been one of the responses I've gotten from somebody that has zero interest in Pokemon, that they say, I have zero interest in Pokemon, but I enjoy listening to you guys talk about it. And that's
nice.
My hope.
That's wonderful. If you
what's your dream? What's your vision?
My vision of what's going to happen when this releases is I'm going to go on Twitter and there's going to be a hashtag Alex George's over party. I will have received a call from my employer where they say, do not show up to work on Monday. You are not wanted.
I was super offended about what you said about Jigglypuff. That's my daughter's favorite Pokemon. You're fired. That was offensive.
I just have this deep concern that I said something very... I will say, every time I listen to this or every time we talk, you will ask me a question and I'm so caught off guard that I realize how bumbling I am in the moment. Like, I feel like you could be like, hey, what's that electric mouse Pokemon? And I'd be like, oh my gosh, I don't remember.
Google it for a second.
Yeah, I'd like Google it, and then I'd be like sheepishly have to come back on. Oh, it's Pikachu. And I feel like that's going to be half the comments be like, this guy's the Pokemon expert. This guy's an idiot. And I agree. I am very dumb. But you know what? We're passionate, and I hope that passion comes across. And my hope is the same as yours, Zach. I hope that in a weary world, I hope that this can be a small moment of joy and happiness. I hope that you can get some giggles in and smile. I hope that your mouth expands in an upward fashion on both sides. And perhaps you let out...
What a terrifying way to say smile. It's so good.
Yeah, I just hope you like it. That's all I really hope. As far as hopes are concerned, I hope that people enjoy it, and that's about it. That's my only concern. I hope that people enjoy it enough that me and you, because I will say that you, as you mentioned, I love recording this. It's a very fun thing for me. It's very fun for me to even plot some of the do some of the outline for our conversation, and it just makes it for me. I hope that it's successful enough that we're just like, yeah, let's just keep doing it. Like, well, why not? So that's all I really want. Let's get into today's Pokemon. Zach, are you excited? It's not Primeape.
I'm so excited. Should I guess? I'm ready to guess.
Sure, I'd love your yeah. Let's hear a guess.
I've been thinking about it a lot, and I randomized in my mind again. So I thought, this is where we're going. These are the Pokemons that we've hit so far, and I'm just gonna keep guessing the same Pokemon every week until I get it. And will for sure get it at some point after. I mean, unless we don't get to do a lot of episodes of this, then it would be sad. You know what? Okay, randomized again. I think you're gonna give me someone really cool. It's gonna be Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur. Interesting guess. That is not it. But I appreciate the guess. I always like hearing you guess. I think if you ever nail it, we have to come up with something special that we do. A man just comes to your house dressed up as like a Charizard or something like that, and one of those
dream and
one of those telegrams where they dress up. What are those called? Candygrams?
Yeah,
mandagrams if it's a man in there?
No, I don't send me that. I don't think I want
You don't want a mandagram?
I don't think so.
I'm sending you know what? I think you deserve one. I'm sending you a mandagram this next week. Even though you didn't guess the Pokemon, I'm sending it your way.
Someone named Amanda Graham will be coming to my door. I'll be like, and I ordered Amanda Graham. He said, Amanda Graham?
By the way, mandagram sounds like a Pokemon.
Mandagram. Oh yeah, put it all over.
He's like he's like a Kabuto or something like that.
Yeah. The Mandagram. Watch out for the Mandagram.
By the way, our Robin Williams style improv is terrible. oh, Mandagram. Oh.
I mean, he made it work. I mean, how hard could it be?
Zach, we're tarrying too much. No, let's tarry no further. Let's bring this Pokemon up on the screen. I have a timer ready for you. You ready? Let's do this. You ready, buddy?
Yeah, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Here's this Pokemon.
Oh, man. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is a sort of dinosaur rhinoceros tall thing. So it looks like there's some scales on it, but related to a marsupial family, maybe, because it's got a little baby pouch. So what's that animal called? Kangaroo. So we've got a big kangaroo, but it's got plates on its legs. It's got really some big nails, mouth with almost like mouse ears, and a big dinosaur looking tail.
All out of time. Okay. So you did a great job describing that. I'm glad you got the kangaroo part in there, because I think that's key to describing this Pokemon. Zach, I gotta ask, who's that Pokemon?
So this is actually the first time I cannot remember the real name. So we've officially gone beyond my small amount of remembering of things. And so I'm saying that the name of this one it's a kangaroo. And for some reason in my mind, Kangaskhan is in my mind. And which I feel like is related to the actual thing. So I'm saying it's called
You're so close.
Kangaroo-Khan.
Kangaskhan, Zach. You're very, very close. You really kind of pulled it together. Yeah, Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan. Yes. When we were talking about categories, I always like touching on the categories here. Mm-hmm. What category do you think Kangaskhan is?
Angry mom.
Zach, you're doing great on these. It is the parent Pokemon, and guess what else? It is only female. Wow. It's only mommies.
So they could say the parent Pokemon. It could just be mom Pokemon, but
It could be mom Pokemon, but they decided to go gender neutral, which is very progressive of them when they came out with this.
Good job, Pokemon.
Uh,
Great, thinking ahead. So this is a mom Pokemon. Specifically, is only a mother.
It is, yeah. It's a mommy, and they're very parental. In fact, they recently revealed on the Pokemon TV show on the anime that Ash's Pikachu, when it was a Pichu, I was actually raised by a Kangaskhan. Little Pichu sitting in the pouch right alongside the baby Kangaskhan.
Wow. Number one, adorable.
I know, very cute.
But number two, explains a lot, really does explain a lot about Pikachu. I mean, I've been thinking, what's the early life development of Pikachu? Like, following around Ash, what's its motivations? And I'm really happy that they fleshed that out finally for me and kind of really filled in a lot of holes in the backstory that I was wondering about. So thank you for that.
If you want to watch that the Pichu evolve into the Pikachu we've all come to love, they showed that very recently on a Pokemon anime episode. Wow. After thousands of episodes. Thousands, not meaning more than 2,000, but meaning more than 1,000. Thousands.
Yeah.
That counts. No. If it's 1,001, you can say thousands.
No, that's not it. I don't think so. I don't think that's.
I think so.
I think thousands implies multiple thousands.
I think thousands implies more than 1,000.
Oh man, I feel like this isn't the point of the podcast, but I really do want to kind of dive into that. But I don't think it doesn't make sense to me, because if I hear thousands, I'm thinking it's multiples of 1,000.
All right, how about we do it this way?
Yeah.
After more than 1,000 episodes, they revealed it. Which I don't know. I want to dive into something that we've never done on this show before, Zach.
Uh-huh.
I want to dive into Poke-spiracy.
Oh, here we go.
We've talked about Poke Facts. We've talked about, I think we've even kind of touched upon Poke Rumor. We've talked about the Pokedex, where some things that are in that cannot be true.
Pure insanity.
Angry to the point of death. the skulls making the noise of whimpering, apparently. Just absolute insanity in the Pokedex. But I want to talk about a Poke-spiracy. It actually has to do with one of the previous Pokemon we've talked about. Zach, there's a rumor that's going around. It's been going around for years that Kangaskhan is what Cubone is supposed to evolve into when it's all completed. And there's a lot of evidence from this about this. What do you think already? I mean, you kind of got a look on your face like you're blown away.
Okay, here's the thing. Originally, I was going to say you could say this segment as truth, and I would not have known that it was a conspiracy.
Sure.
But it doesn't feel right to me. As conspiracy theories go, and on our second podcast, soon to be released in 2023, we go deep into conspiracy theories that we love. But number one, I thought there already was an evolution, which was Marowak.
Sure.
Marowak, something like that.
I say Marowak because it's whacking you with the bone. But the idea is that the Marowak would then evolve into a Kangaskhan. And I want to get into this. I'm getting this information from PokeConspiracy.com. So I'm reading this verbatim, and I'm going to kind of read a point, and I want you to tell me if you believe it more or believe it less after I read this point. Okay?
I'm starting at negative belief right now, so we're going to see where
this doesn't feel good to you.
I don't like it. I don't like it because I just saw that little baby in the pouch. That did not look like Cubone.
Okay. It says when a mother Kangaskhan dies, it leaves its Kangaskhan cub on its own. Remember, we said that there's only female Kangaskhans. The Kangaskhan cub uses the skull and a bone from its mother to use as protection and becomes a Cubone. Then, through malnutrition or adapting to a different lifestyle, the Cubone evolves into Marowak. Female Marowaks later evolve into Kangaskhans, and the cycle starts all over. That's the first point that they have on this. How you feel about that? I mean, it is a little odd that Kangaskhan is only female and is a motherly Pokemon, as we've talked about. And we see the baby Kangaskhan, but then we never see any in-between stages.
Okay, so here's the thing. I mean, when you read that, as conspiracy theories go, it's great because you're reading it as if it's true. And so it was really not, like you said, and then the babies, they carry around the skull and the bone. And you're like, well, that's Cubone. So, I mean, it's got to be, you just said that was real. But again, my main thing coming up to this is this the world where the Cubone has never wandered into or seen the Kangaskhan? Because then it would no longer feel lonely or sad because it just saw like a version of its mom. Right?
I don't know, dude. If you saw if your mom passed away, she's
Fine.
alive and with us. Wait, what? You'd be fine. Are you saying fine isn't fine to my scenario?
I'm saying. Okay,
I'm just saying if your mom died and then you saw another old woman, you wouldn't be like, oh, I feel better. You would be like, oh, she reminds me of my dead mom. I feel okay now.
All right, let's keep going.
Okay.
What's the next point?
So you don't believe it? Do you believe it less or more?
More. It seems
more from the negative that you're at. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep going. This is still from Poke-spiracy. This is self-evident as Cubone appears rather similar to baby Kangaskhan that rides around in his mother's pouch. Also, Boomerang, Cubone's signature move, refers to Boomerang, the Australian boomerang, just as Kangaskhan refers to kangaroo, the Australian animal. Kangaroo and boomerangs, both natively Australian themes. What do you think?
I mean, that really pushes me into the positive because I like that.
I do too.
The elements of being like, hey, Australia. I mean, that's a place, and this Cubone is doing this move in honor of its heritage that it didn't even know about because it's throwing the bone of its mom as a boomerang. Real interesting stuff with the kangaroo. Again, though, my main point would be, why does the Cubone not have any pouches already? I mean, they would have a pouch if you can. Like, you don't just like grow a pouch. I mean, I don't know. It's fine. But we keep going. I'm out of the negative into now the positive.
So wait. I don't know. If you see a baby kangaroo, does it have a pouch?
I feel like marsupials have them. If it's female.
Man, I gotta look up some marsupial pics.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the koala. I mean, that's my favorite part of San Diego Zoo. You hit up those sleeping koalas.
And you just stick your hand in their pouch, nice and warm.
Just checking it out, see if they got anything like, hey,
see if they keep some candy in there.
Got any jelly beans? Exactly.
All right, I'm learning new things. This you're not the only person who learns. This one is I don't want to say what I think of this one. This is their third point. Before Pokemon Red/Blue release, the developers decided that Kangaskhan needed to be separated from the previous two stages to become its own standalone Pokemon. The reason for this is that, being a kids game, it wouldn't do to allow small children to learn that Cubone is actually an orphan baby Kangaskhan wearing its dead mother's skull on its head and slinging its bones around like clubs and boomerangs. However, the team didn't have the time to delete the code at the last minute. Instead of deleting the code, they simply wrote a new non-evolving Marowak and moved the old one to an empty slot with no number. And we're going to get into that final part of their conspiracy in just a moment. So they're saying the reason that it was cut was it too scary, too serious and sad.
They kept Cubone in it, which has the bones actually in it. So
I know.
Seems where it kind of falls apart.
This is where this whole thing falls apart for me. Because everything we read about Pokemon, every time we read the Pokédex, it's so violent, so upsetting. Like, they include so much. There's a Pokemon graveyard in there's like that tower of ghosts. And if you read like the Pokemon descriptions, it's like, there's one there's a Pokemon, I'm forgetting the name right now. It looks like a little stump, and it is the ghost of a child inhabits the stump, and then it becomes a Pokemon ghost. And it's just like, dead children are already a part, they're a part of Pokemon. It's like, I don't think these people are afraid.
It was too far to actually show the evolution of the mom.
To know what the mom looked like. It's just, because it's the opposite of what you were saying. It's like, just because I know what the mom looks like doesn't make me any more sad than like, hearing that the mom died. If you're...
Yeah,
I sound like a sociopath here, but it's like, if you told me your mom died, I would be sad. And then if you showed me a picture of your dead mom, I don't know if that would necessarily make me any sadder. If anything, I'll just now have opinion to be like, that's what she looks like. Okay.
Could you?
I don't know.
I mean, I think we don't have to get too far in this, but I don't know.
No, let's talk about dead moms. This is what people come to our Pokemon podcast to hear about.
But it could make you less sad. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know
Sure.
what kind of person you are. You see?
What if I see a picture? She looks like Idi Amin.
Like the picture they show you is her, like the mom actually like punching a baby. You're like, well, I mean, I feel like you should just show me.
She looks real harsh. Has like a bat in her hand. I don't know what I think about this lady. Yeah. So that one I don't buy.
Yeah,
but there is this little thing. Do you know who Missing No is, Zach? Do you know what Missing No is?
No, for sure.
Missing No is a corrupted Pokemon that you can catch in Red and Blue, and what? It like comes up. It just looks like it's I don't know how else to describe it. Then it looks like a glitch. It looks like a glitch in like the shape of a Tetris piece. But there's actually another version of Missing No called I'm going to call it apostrophe M. It's just like kind of nonsense letters. But this is one that I'm going to read. This is their fourth part. Apostrophe M is actually a scrapped prototype of Marowak. This theory can be confirmed that if you catch an apostrophe M and level it up, it evolves into Kangaskhan, which is true. I did look this up. I checked on Bulbapedia. If you catch an apostrophe M and level it up, it will evolve into a Kangaskhan. Now, what do you think? They're saying their whole theory is that they changed it last minute.
Yeah.
And because they changed it last minute, that created this error Pokemon, this apostrophe M. And apostrophe M was a Marowak, is what they're saying, that could evolve into Kangaskhan.
Wow. Apostrophe M. And you know what starts with M?
Mom.
Marowak.
Oh, right. I thought we were still on the mom thing.
The mom Pokemon evolves into the mom. The one Pokemon that's a mom. No, I was I mean, that really pushes it over the edge for me. That actually I'm conspirating. I'm fully conspiring in this view now. I mean, I went from negative
to
now I'm in. Like, I think
now you're like, they gotta
make sense for this not to be true.
You went from being totally critical to now you're nervous about whatever they're putting in the water to make the frogs gay.
I just think now that I'm thinking about it, the same things that I felt in looking at. Oh no. Also in my mind, sometimes I see when I think of Cubone, I think of like Sandshrew, I think.
Which one?
Sandshrew.
Oh, yes.
Because it's also similar. It has a tail. I was about to say there's no one
kind of has similar eyes.
Like the tail though, that's like kind of what made me think of dinosaurs again.
Sure.
Which was the same mistake that I made with Cubone. If everyone remembers, if you want to roll the tape back. Remember when I said that Cubone was a dinosaur, and then Kangaskhan, I also said it was dinosaur shaped. And now I'm realizing that also Cubone was furry, and kangaroos are furry, and they have pouches, and Kangaskhan has a pouch, and it's probably furry. It's not a dinosaur at all. It's a kangaroo. And then Cubone is a tiny kangaroo that doesn't have a mom. Oh my god.
So you believe it? You believe this conspiracy theory?
You're
whoa, wow.
I'm in now. I can't think. I was especially because I know that there's this weird apostrophe M thing that's evolving into. I mean, whoa.
I think I'm somewhat in the middle. I think I do kind of believe that at one point they did. Man, I feel so weird saying stuff that I believe that hasn't is not confirmed. But I'm just like, I do think they probably at some point were looking at making Kangaskhan the third version. And I think they probably cut it for whatever reason. I don't buy the whole it's a kid's game because they went crazy and there's lots of stuff that's inappropriate for kids in Pokemon. I do kind of think at one point they probably planned for Kangaskhan to be the evolved version of Cubone. However, I don't think they would ever confirm that moving forward because of one of the facts I'm going to give in the segment that we've done before that I renamed once again. Creepy, cringy, cool, or crestfallen. And I included crestfallen. I needed a word for sad because Kangaskhan has some
about to
sad
ask,
facts associated with it.
What does Crestfallen mean?
Has some sad facts associated with it, so I think we need to include it. Let's head into these. Ruby Sapphire. This is in the Pokedex entry in Ruby Sapphire for Kangaskhan. If you come across a young Kangaskhan playing by itself, so they specifically call the Pokemon that's in the pouch a young Kangaskhan. So it's not something else, it's a Kangaskhan. You must never disturb it or attempt to catch it. The baby Pokemon's parent is sure to be in the area, and it will become violently enraged at you. What do you think, Zach?
I mean, I'm going to say cool. It gives that mom vibe. It gives I'm going to say cool. It's like the protecting. I don't know. Is it creepy? It could. No. It's cool. I think it's cool.
I think it's cool. If that was my mom was going to beat some people up, I would love it. I'd be so down.
My mom's going to beat people up.
If this is from Silver. Yeah. Silver says, to protect its young, it will never give up during battle, no matter how badly wounded it is. And I want to include in this Sun's description, Sun's Pokedex entry. Kangaskhan's maternal love is so deep that it will brave death to protect its offspring. What do you think?
Wow. The love is so deep. I'm thinking of everything through this filter that it's actually Cubone's mom. And it makes it even more tragic. That's how it died. It died protecting Cubone.
I know.
That's cool then. That's definitely cool.
I'm going cool as well.
Crestfallen. Is it also that though? It's sad.
You could go Crestfallen. You have to pick one.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry that I said multiple things just now.
That's fine. That's fine.
Sir, my official answer is the version of sad.
Okay.
Sad and beautiful, though. Man, I just want everyone to, listeners here, I don't think that sad implies not
cool.
That could be,
you can be sad and cool. Yeah.
I mean, that's the story of my life. I think that's
like Elliot Smith.
People generally define me as he's sad. I'm cool. Sad, but cool. Sad and cool. Yeah.
That's the vibe you give off, Zach. Sad, cool.
That's what I've been trying to go for my whole life.
This is from Ultra Sun. Kangaskhan protects its child by keeping it in its pouch. It has zero forgiveness for those who harm its child and will beat them down. I love all of this. All these facts fall into cool for me. I just like protective parent is very cool for me. Like I think of the Taken movies. Like, if we were to play Pokemon Producer today, I would definitely make a Taken franchise starring a Kangaskhan getting its child back.
Then it opens up the whole multiverse when it actually dies at the end of one of them, and then you have the story of Cubone.
That's your spin-off series.
That's the spin-off right there.
You can make your whole John Wick thing happen. Real quick, I want to show you a picture because we do, whenever we have one of these pop up, I do want to show you. There is a Mega Evolution for Kangaskhan. It needs to get, of course, Mega Kangaskhanite in order to Mega Evolve. But this is a picture of that. This is a picture of that. Zach, could you just describe what makes this one different?
I'm sorry, this is the Mega one that I'm looking at right now?
Mega Evolution.
Okay, so listeners, what I want you to imagine is the exact same picture that I looked at before, except the baby has jumped out of the pouch and is slightly taller.
Okay. The baby is bigger. You did notice that. The baby does grow a little bit when it Mega evolves.
So the Mega Evolution Stone that you searched for to find, because you're like, Kangaskhan, you got to have this. I'm going to find this stone for you. And they're like, great, I found it for you. You will make the baby approximately 2.5 times bigger than it was. So
so I really quick, because there are specific Pokedex entries for the Mega Evolution. I want to really quickly go over these. These are from Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. The explosive energy the child is bathed in causes temporary growth, like you mentioned. Oh, okay. The mother's beside herself with worry about it. That's from Ultra Sun. Ultra Moon.
So it's just like an episode of like a sitcom or something. Like
yes.
Oh no, my child just grew. Honey, I blew up the kids. Oh Zach, my goodness, I'm concerned.
Zach, I want to read the Ultra Moon one to you. Sorry, go when the mother sees the back of her Mega Evolved child, it makes her think of the day that her child will inevitably leave her.
The complex emotions.
So definitely crestfallen for both of these. It reminds me of the end of the movie Boyhood. When the mom is sobbing because her apartment is empty and she spent all this time investing in her kids and has no life of her own. And I just think like It's so deeply sad.
Wow.
And that's how Kangaskhan feels all the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you forcibly mega evolve her child, it
It's
just
just
gives
such a
this rush of like motherly sadness. It's like, did you see the Pixar short, The Bow?
my daughter's favorite movie.
Dude, that's so good. It's so good, but
Yes.
such a really like powerful mom message as
Mhm.
well. But definitely, yeah, those vibes. If you haven't seen it, guys, you can find that on probably the internet somewhere.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, Disney Plus, and yeah, that's really sad. I'm gonna put that in extra sad. After reading that, just she sees the back of the head. Like the person that wrote that clearly either like was a mother and was like, "This makes me so sad to think about this," or it was like the child that was like, "Oh my gosh, you want like an overprotective mom? Oh, I'll tell you what they think." And then he wrote this thing. I was like, "That's just exactly." And then he started crying because he's like, "Man, my mom loves me so much."
My mom loves me so much, man. I'm really quick. I want to head into the Pokeball Decision, but I want to give one final fact about Kangaskhan as we do the Pokeball Decision.
Okay.
Kangaskhan in red and blue could only be caught in one area, the Safari Zone, aka one of the only ways you could catch a Kangaskhan was to throw rocks at it. With that in mind, it's time for us to make the Pokeball Decision, where we are going to choose to catch the Pokemon, not taking into consideration rarity, just how badly we want it, with either a Pokeball, a Great Ball, a Master Ball, or an Ultra Ball, or a Master Ball. We also have the decision to flee or throw a rock at it. Zach, what would you like to do to this Kangaskhan, who loves its child, is such a protective mother? It will never ever forgive its child's opponents. It will fight until the point of death. What do you want to give this? You want to throw a rock at it? You want to throw a rock at this one, Zach?
I feel like if my mom ever listened or watched this, and I throw the rock at the protective
At the mom Pokemon.
That may be something I don't recover from, and she's a primary loving babysitter for our children. So I'm not gonna throw a rock at the angry mom Pokemon. I'm going to, but also. Oh man, Alex, I don't know how to say this in a way that doesn't make me seem terrible, but I probably just gonna go Pokeball.
Okay, that's fine. I was worried you're gonna say flee.
Just run away from. It's like I'm just kind of overwhelmed.
I'll tell
by
you,
how
man.
much
I think
care
your mom
about-
would be just as disappointed if you fleed from the mom Pokemon.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think there's power there, and we can go once we hit up power ranking. I mean, I definitely think there's power there. But as far as like personally, what I want when I catch Pokemon, this would generally be the one that I am never worried about catching, like unless I'm trying to like completionist this Pokédex, you know. So it doesn't have a big draw for me. The mom Pokemon, I just it's not my thing. So
Zach,
Pokeball, what do you got?
I'm right there with you. I'm Pokeball as well. And I'll tell you this. I think I'm Great Ball until I see that Mega Evolution. When I see the Mega Evolution, it's like, we Mega Evolved. It's like, no, you didn't, dude. You just like, he walked over there. Like, that's what the Like, if I said to you, Zach, do you know that I can go Super Saiyan? And he'd be like, what? And I'd be like, Super Saiyans are real. I'm a Saiyan. I can go Super Saiyan. And you're like, show me, man. And I go, okay. And I walked out of the room, and then I came back and I was wearing a gold shirt, and I was like, dude, I Super Saiyaned.
You'd be like, your hair up a little bit.
I spiked I put some, you'd just be like, this guy's insane. Like, you would not.
I just paid money to give you this this giant rock, the Alex George evolution rock.
Alex,
and this is what I get.
Mega Georgite. Yes.
Mega Georgite, and this is what I get.
Yeah.
Very discouraging. Very discouraging.
Yeah, I think that almost takes it a step down. I do like all the lore about it, but ultimately, yeah, I'm going the same there. I do really like the idea of a Taken-like series for Kangaskhan to star in.
Oh yeah. I'm watching
Zach,
that. I'm watching that like crazy.
I'm watching that like crazy. All right, buddy. Let's head into the Pokemon Power Ranking. It's our favorite section of the show.
This is the listeners' favorite section, because what do you tune in for, guys? When you're tuning into this, when you're clicking it on your podcasting app, when you're clicking it on your coming up in your mentions,
Stitches,
your friends, when your friends
iTunes.
shared this YouTube video with you. You know, what were you coming here for? You're like, I want to hear what these guys have to say about this Pokemon Power Ranking. And so I'm pumped. You're pumped. Where are we going to put them at?
So our list so far: Snorlax, Primeape, Victreebel, Cubone, Jigglypuff at the very bottom there.
Yep.
I'm looking pretty in the middle here for
Okay.
Kangaskhan.
Okay.
I mean, here's the thing: we read those Pokedex entries. It's like, oh, it's got all this anger and it's like ready to fight.
Yep.
But all these Pokemon are ready to fight.
Yeah.
If we ever get to a Pokemon and they're like, this Pokemon doesn't like to fight, I'll be like, all right, you can go at the bottom of the list, dude. But like, they all like to fight.
This Pokemon is a pacifist.
They all like to fight. I do like that it has a reason to fight. You know, like it's like I can't pass out, I can't faint because I got a kid to protect. You know, it's like me and you. We know we got to just keep pushing ourselves, keep going because we got kids to take care of.
Extra adrenaline rush. Got to go for it. Got to save the kids.
Yeah,
that's true.
You ever see those like I'm making this sound like this is a series of YouTube videos.
Yeah.
But you ever see like a video where it's like someone tries to steal a car and the baby's in the backseat and you just tell the mom is sprinting as fast as they can to catch the car?
Yes.
And it's just like, you get that extra burst of energy.
It's the classic like lift the car off of the child thing, burst of strength deal.
Yes.
I thought you were like when you began that and you laughed. I was like, is he about to talk about like a child being crushed by something? No. Like mom saving. You're like, have you ever seen those videos when the kids are trapped in the mom saves them? I'm like, I think we have a different sense of humor, maybe a little bit. That would terrify me personally. But
if you got those videos, send them to our Twitter account, PokePowPod. We want to watch them.
Super powerful mom saving the day.
I think just behind Primeape.
Okay, you putting just behind Primeape. Yeah, I was kind of in between putting actually below Victreebel with, some because it really seems like the strength comes from like attacking the child. So it's like if you lose, I mean, there's not the guarantee that Victreebel doesn't. Maybe she just eats the whole thing. Victreebel just, it just wins. But I'm actually okay with that. It seems like there's a lot of resistance. Also, giant. She's like
very big,
right? And Victreebel, even though, as we mentioned before, guys, big enough to eat the 11-year-old child that caught the Victreebel. I think that's good. So that's in fourth place. No, third place.
Third place. Victreebel will be moved over to the fourth. I agree with that. I think that's strong. I like this list. It's growing bigger every single week, Zach. I'm excited to see how people are responding to this. I want to see, if you're listening to this, if you like it, if you hate it, let us know. Tweet at us, comment. Zach, you want to close out, say anything?
I mean, I think that, guys, if we need to apologize for our list, we're ready to do that. I mean, as you've heard before, we're big on apologies. And so just tell us if we're way off base.
Zach, this is the one thing I'm not willing to apologize for. I'm not willing to apologize for this Pokemon power ranking list.
No, I mean, I'm saying we'll apologize for
Put this on my gravestone.
We'll apologize that we'll never change it.
I'm going to hire a tattoo artist. They're going to tattoo these onto our backs, like Ben Affleck and that dragon tattoo or whatever he has. What is it, a phoenix?
No, I think it's a phoenix. Yeah, I'll get a phoenix, but the inside will just be the list of Pokemon and
along the wing.
Yeah. How cool would that? I mean, that would be.
How cool would it be? Not at all, bro.
Super cool. They see that and like someone see it far away and be like, oh, like it's like your kids or something like that. And you're like, no.
If we had
bunch of Pokemon that I ranked with my friend.
If we had to play creepy, cool, cringy, Crestfallen, it would definitely either be Cringey or Crestfallen there, bro.
Crestfallen as I walk around at the beach with this big
sad
Pokemon thing on my back.
Anything you want to say in closing?
What I want to say in closing is this, guys. Maybe take today, this week, after listening to this, and go be kind to your mom. If mom's around, if you have a decent relationship, just be kind to her. And if you don't have a good relationship, maybe find a way that you could. Just like we learned from this Kangaskhan. I mean, she got so angry. She was so overprotective. But once, you gave her that really expensive Mega Evolution Stone, she just looked at her little baby and got sad that they were growing up. And also watch Bow. That's a really great short film. If you haven't seen it, it's crazy that you haven't. It's adorable.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a relationship with a mom or you've lost your mom, something like that, we love you. And we're so glad that you're here. And that's what I got. Lost my train of thought there.
Thank you.
Kind of made myself sad a little bit.
I agree with Zach.
Thank you.
If you reach out to your mom, tell your mom you love her. I would just want to toss in there as well. If you are close to Mother's Day when listening to this, maybe gift your mom this podcast for Mother's Day. You know,
Wow.
just send to her this. Be like, hey, Mom, I think you would appreciate this. Just two guys in their 30s telling people to like their moms, and you know she'll like it.
I thought of
Just
you
send it
when
to-
these guys talked about a Pokemon.
Send it to every mom you know. You know,
what better way to honor any mom that you've ever known, but by sending them and ask them to subscribe to our podcast or YouTube channel. So
choosy moms
great.
choose Jif. Coolie moms cool this.
Coolie moms choose Jiffy moms choose Jif. Coolie moms choose PokePowPod.
Coolie moms cool. As always, the Pokemon Power Podcast would like to thank bulbapedia.bulbagarden.net, sarahb.org, Dr. Lava YT. If you'd like to learn more about Pokemon, those would be great resources for you to check those out. If you'd like to ask us a question, like as an icebreaker or anything like that, submit a game or just keep up with the podcast, you can find us on most social media platforms at PokePowPod. If you're watching this on YouTube, we would ask that you like and subscribe, as that helps our channel grow. And if you're listening to this on your podcasting app, we'd ask that you subscribe. That helps us as well. If you can leave a nice review, that's nice. If you can't leave a nice review, as my mom would say, if you got nothing nice to say nothing at all. But you can also write mean stuff. I mean, we'll read it. Make us feel bad.
Read it. It'll hurt us in our heart.
It'll hurt us deeply. Maybe we won't release another episode. We'll be so broken down. But we don't want you to do that, because you know what? As far as audience members go, we choose you. Have a great week.